What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brennan with Trail4Runner.com, TrailTacoma.com, and today we're doing a portal axle oil change on the 5th Gen 4Runner. We just got back from like 5 days of wheeling the shit out of this truck and my Tacoma. Tacoma blew a drive shaft. The 4Runner blew an actuator in the front and then wouldn't start on a hill. And a bunch of other trucks got it worse, blown CVs, blown tie rods. One dude blew 3 tie rods on the trail, body damage, blown headlights, blown taillights, you name it. It was a gnarly trail, but we had a great time breaking parts on trucks. So now it's time to flush the oil inside the 74 weld boxes. This is my 3rd time doing it. The first time was breaking in the portals. So when you first get portal axles, you need to break in the gears, and that's about 500 miles, just like you would in a regular differential. You got to break in the gear set, the ring and pinion inside your diff, so those gears kind of get to know each other. You got to do the same thing on the portal axles because there's gear sets inside. There's 4 gears in there that kind of need to get to know each other. So 500 miles, then you change the oil. Then 3,000 miles after that, you got to change the oil again. 74 Weld recommends that you change the oil in the portals every 3,000 miles. And I know that sounds crazy. A lot of the comments on Instagram were like, that's not right. That can't be right. You're stupid. Portals are stupid. I hope you fail. I hate you and portals. You're wrong. Okay, well, comments are great on Instagram, but that really is what it is. Every 3,000 miles, you have to change the oil in the portal box housing. This time I've waited a little bit longer. I'm probably at about 5,500 miles, so I'm definitely overdue for it. Is it the end of the world? No, I don't think so. I hope not. I really don't think it is. But 74 definitely recommends every 3,000 miles. I'm sitting at 5,000 miles. Anyway, let's jump in. Welcome back to the channel. Let's go. All right, for the oil today, we're using AMSOIL Severe Gear, 100% synthetic SAE 7590. I've always trusted this oil. I've used it a lot in the past. I think 74 recommends a different brand, but it's basically the same shit. And then I have the 74 Weld pre-measured 10 ounces of gear oil, so I know exactly how much gear oil to put in each portal box. Here's a look at the actual portal. So this is a breather line right here. We're actually rubbing on something that is not good. See that guy right there? No bueno. There's our ABS. Just want to inspect everything. And then brake line, obviously. There's our fill port, and then there's a drain port down at the bottom. But damn, that's rubbing on something. The wheel, I must be rubbing on the back side of the wheel. Might need to suck that down a little more. Pull this line up, suck it up, push it down. That's no good. So the first thing we're going to want to do is clean that out, so when we're pouring oil in, none of that debris gets inside the actual housing. Put this drain pan down. Just get some water, spray that in there. And I get the big clumps out. All right, once you have that kind of filled with some water, just go ahead and grab some of those big chunks out. Really need to get some plugs for the top of this. Probably find some real cheap plugs on Amazon just to cap that with so I don't have to clean it off anymore. I'm gonna come in here. You don't need to tighten these things too much. There was a guy that recently stripped out these plugs and was having a real bad time getting them out. So you just got to be careful. But that's good. Now I'm going to clean that off inside a little bit more. Kind of see a little bit of debris in there. So we're just going to go ahead and clean that out a little bit more before we start filling. And then on the bottom of the portal, you have your drain port right here. Let's take an Allen. Not that guy though, huh? There he is. And then crack this guy off. All right, let's get in here and do this. Oh, oh yeah. I was on there, bro. Guy who did the last portal oil change might have tightened that down a little too much, huh? Good job, BG. Should probably be using gloves too, but we'll try to get this guy quick. That was so not smooth. And we're gonna go wash this off. You can see some of the metal shavings caked to the top of the magnet. It's perfectly normal. Gears are still kind of breaking in. So we're gonna go clean this off. See some of those clumps like right there. A little bit of caked up metal shavings. Not as bad as the first change though. I don't know if you guys can see that. Normal. We could still clean it up a little bit more, but pretty much it. Then after 3 minutes, after the box is fully drained, I'm just gonna wipe that down a little bit more. And then we're gonna put in our drain plug. And then one more kind of quarter turn. Make sure it's, don't even need a quarter turn. All right, once the drain plug is on at the bottom, we're gonna go ahead and fill up the box using our pre-measured bottle. And then while we do that, we're gonna rotate the hub so the gears spin inside there and the oil gets all the way around in the box. If you just pour it in, the oil's gonna wanna like catch at the gears and kind of pull up. So it helps if you pour it in and spin the hub, that way the gears are spinning inside there. So you just want to do this. This allows you to just kind of pour it a little quicker. Because if you don't spin it, if you don't spin the hub and spin the gears, then the oil kind of pulls up and it'll overflow a little bit. So I did notice this hub, this box was a lot dirtier than the box I did at 3,000, waiting 5,000 to do it. Probably might be a little long. Just wanted to see what it looked like at 5,000. It's obviously not going to be the end of the world letting it go to 5,000. But I can see why 74 recommends every 3,000 miles, not 5,000 miles. Because the oil definitely is noticeably different. Yeah, buddy. That's it. Now we'll just put our fill plug back on and we're good to go. That's it. That's how easy a portal axle oil change really is. Perfectly snug. That's it, dude. Portal axle oil change is done. So yeah, a lot of people on Instagram were saying 3,000 miles is overkill, and the last time I did the oil change at 3,000 on the passenger side before we left for our trip, the oil was like beautiful. It was like perfectly clear. There's nothing wrong with it. I was like, yeah, 3,000 miles is for sure overkill. The oil looked beautiful, dude. It looked great. I was like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this oil. And now we're at closer to 6,000 miles on all the other portals because I changed that side and I was like, dude, there's nothing wrong with this oil. Now we're closer to 6. And that oil is not clear, dude. Like, the other oil was just beautiful. This oil is a lot thicker, a lot darker, appears to be just more sludgy. So what's the happy medium, dude? 3,000 miles, 6,000 miles, maybe 4,500 miles. Definitely don't push past 6,000 miles though, because I'm pushing 6,000 miles and that oil looks like shit. So yeah, dude, I mean, I think that 74 is just quoting 3,000 to be on the safe side. I think you could get away with 4 comfortably. You could probably push it to 5. If you really want to be ballsy like I was on this third round of oil changes, maybe 6, but I'll never let it go past 6 after seeing that shit. That shit is night and day difference. Like when I dropped it out at 3,000 miles, there's nothing wrong with the oil. Like I said, clear, beautiful, had like perfect viscosity. It was just nice. It was good looking oil. So hopefully that helps. All right, guys, the rear box is pretty much the exact same. You have your fill plug here. We're gonna go ahead and clean that out. And then you have your drain plug. Bop, right there. All right, so just like the front, we're gonna start by cleaning this out. Last thing you want is a bunch of shit in your housing. So, clean enough for now. Bust it loose. Slowly take this guy out. Okay. Now we'll bust the bottom. Here's a little bit easier than the front, because the front, those calipers sit like right below the drain plug. So it's kind of hard to quickly get the drain plug out without catching on the caliper, which obviously causes oil to spill everywhere. So a lot easier on the rear. So we're gonna let that drain out. Damn, this one has way more buildup than the front. Probably should not have let this go on. 55, 6,000 miles. I mean, it's normal for buildup to be on there, but this one has a lot more than the front. All the oil's drained out. This is kind of pooling up on the bottom of the box. So we're just gonna wipe all that off. Just clean it up. Try to get as much as we can kind of soaked into this rag, but it's drained. We're good. Super easy. 74 has definitely made the oil change incredibly simple. And again, you don't want to torque those bolts too tight. You don't need anything to seal them. Anti-seize, Loctite, none of that shit. Just throw it back on. And then for the rear, I don't have the passenger side jacked up, so I can't rotate the hub right now. Obviously, it's locked, so we're just gonna have to take our time, give it a little oil, let it settle, let it kind of flow through those gears. Just keep giving it some gradual squirts until it kind of fills up to the top, then it'll slowly just kind of settle back down to the bottom of the box. But it takes a second for the oil to flow through the gears. This is why you really want to clean the inside of this little channel right here, this pocket, because some of the oil kind of sits in there and it'll kind of mix with the debris left around in there, and it kind of flows back into the box too. So you really got to clean out this thing before you fill it with oil. My only problem with these boxes is they don't come with caps. Be cool if they had like some aluminum, billet aluminum caps that you could. Looks like there's provisions right here for 2 holes. I don't know if that's what that's for or what those holes are for, but Quinn definitely needs to make caps for these holes. So I need to reroute some of these lines, dude. That bump stop hit my ABS, dude, and kind of busted open my ABS Deutsch connector right there. That sucks. I mean, that's on me and Dima for the install. Need to figure that out. Kind of go deeper back in the axle, maybe route it a different way or come up inside and go around or something. Race truck shit when you're not a race truck guy. Got to deal with the problems that come secondary or learn from somebody else's mistakes, which hopefully you guys can learn from mine. But you can see my ABS right there. Look at the bump stop coming down, hitting that guy. That guy's broken right there, so I need to figure something out, reroute that ABS. Go ahead and put the fill plug back on. And we should be good to go here. Definitely don't over tighten it. just until it's snug, and then like an 1/8 of a turn more. Boom. All good. All right, guys, that's it. That's the 74 weld portal axle oil change on the 5th Gen 4Runner, but it's pretty much the same on all the other boxes out there, Bronco, Tacoma, you get the drill. So every 3,000 miles is what 74 quotes as recommended, but again, I think you guys can get away with like 4,500 miles, maybe 5,000 miles, but don't let it hit 6,000 miles. That oil is absolutely disgusting at close to 6,000 miles, but it was perfectly clear at 3,000 miles. So there's obviously a reason why Quinn 74 Weld is recommending 3,000 miles, not 5 or 6, because clearly there's a huge difference between the two, even at like that low of mile count, 3,000. You wouldn't think that there's that big of a difference, and I didn't think that there was that big of a difference either, but clearly there is. So do yourself a favor, maybe push it to 45 if you don't want to do every 3, but definitely don't forget to change the fluid in your portal axles. So that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching. Definitely like this video, comment for sure, and then subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. We have a ton of rad giveaways coming soon, so subscribe to the channel. And yeah, dude, we have some fat giveaways stacked up soon with some rad companies. So you're not gonna wanna miss what's coming next on the Trailco channel. Trailco is Trail 4Runner, Trail Tacoma, Trail Tundra, Trail Bronco, and Trailco is kind of like the parent company of all the channels. So like, subscribe, comment for sure, and then I will see you guys for sure on the next one. But check out these clips of the 74 Weld Portal Axle 4Runner out wheeling in Northern California. We had a great trip over the last 5 days. This truck absolutely dominates in the rocks, dude.
Pivot on this. You're good. You're gonna drop. You're gonna drop. You're good. Yeah, you're fine. Big portal guy right now. Hit it.
Let's get it, bro.